From renters to home buyers, Canadians everywhere are feeling the housing crunch. But is there a way back to affordability? In this episode, we'll explore the evolution of housing affordability challenges over the past 20 years, key insights from the latest data, and what benchmark we should use for affordability. Housing affordability has been a growing challenge for Canadians, especially in the years leading up to and following the COVID-19 pandemic. To understand how we got here, let's look at the trends from 2004 to 2024.
Between 2004 and 2024, housing affordability steadily worsened, with a significant spike during the pandemic. For renters, we saw rent-to-income ratios rise sharply, particularly in cities like Halifax, where this ratio went from 24.8% in 2006, 25.2% in 2019, and 28.1% in 2023. Similarly, for home buyers and homeowners, mortgage repayment and down payment affordability deteriorated across the country. For example, buying and maintaining an average price home in Calgary would cost about 1/3 of the typical monthly income in the area in 2023, up from 25.5% in 2019 and 26.9% in 2004. In Ottawa, the minimum down payment adjusted for interest rate and borrowing capacity needed to buy an average price home is almost twice the typical yearly income in the area. Before the pandemic, the minimum down payment needed to buy an average price home was about 1/5 of the typical yearly income in Ottawa. In Toronto and Vancouver, the minimum down payment adjusted for interest rate and borrowing capacity is now over 4 times the typical yearly income. Not only does it take longer to save for a down payment, home buyers with a 20% down payment have less homes to choose from. In Ottawa last year, only about 1/4 of homes for sale were attainable for people earning Ottawa's median income. That's down significantly from 2019, when 71.5% of homes for sale were attainable on a typical Ottawa income. In Toronto and Vancouver, only around 1 in 7 homes for sale are attainable for people earning the median income in those cities, compared to 1 in 3 back in 2019. These worsening trends in affordability for home buyers and renters were seen in all of Canada's major cities.
Now, let's break down some key insights from the data on housing affordability, particularly how the pandemic affected both renters and homeowners.
The data tells us 4 important things. First, housing in Canada was relatively affordable in 2019, but the pandemic really changed that. Many affordability indicators worsened, with sharp increases in housing costs during the COVID period. Second, Toronto and Vancouver stand out in terms of home buying affordability challenges. The issues in these cities are structural in nature and have been present for years, dating as far back as 2004. Families in these cities have struggled with high housing costs for many years, and fixing the problem might need bigger changes than in other parts of the country. Third, we may not have yet seen the full extent of affordability challenges in the rental market. Rising home prices have pushed more Canadians to stay in the rental market, putting additional pressure on rent prices. Finally, inflation has hit renters especially hard. During the pandemic, non-housing costs like food, transportation, and clothing have surged, reducing renters' ability to manage rising housing costs.
With affordability challenges on the rise, setting the right target is crucial. Let's hear why restoring early 2000s affordability levels may no longer be realistic.
Given the scale of market changes, aiming for early 2000s affordability is no longer feasible. The housing landscape has shifted too much since then. Instead, our focus should be on returning to pre-pandemic affordability level, specifically those of 2019. Restoring these levels is more achievable than trying to reach early 2000 affordability benchmarks. This goal is more realistic and would provide much-needed relief to Canadian families.
As we've seen, housing affordability has become a significant challenge for Canadians, but understanding the data helps us find realistic solutions. By setting 2019 as our benchmark, we can aim to improve affordability sooner. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest videos from our new Ask an Expert series.